Good evening, all. Now you can put the messages in the chat box. Okay. Um, Please confirm that slides are visible, clearly visible. If some slides are not visible or some reactions are not visible to you, you can zoom that slide using your mobile phone. You can zoom it. Okay. So in the previous session, we have discussed about the concept of monomer polymer polymerization. Now we will continue with that session only. Some part may get repeated because this is very important part. That's why I'm repeating it again and again. Uh, Now in this lecture, now in this session, I will repeat that concept of monomer, polymer, polymerization, and I will try to explain in brief addition polymerization, condensation polymerization, and one more polymerization information I have collected, that is copolymerization along with its subtype, and I have collected some simple examples. Okay, in the previous lecture, some complicated examples are there. That's why I think it is little bit difficult to understand it. That's why I have collected some simpler examples so that you will understand the concept very easily. Okay, so I will start the session. For starting the session, I will again instruct you to put your roll number for the attendance, and in between the session, I will check whether all are present or not. If that particular student is not providing me any reply, then I will mark his or her absentee. Okay. So we will continue with the concept of the monomer now. Okay. The You can go through the first point here. Monomer is a single unit or molecule which is repeated again and again in the chain. And the second point, it is the basic unit which makes the polymer of plastic. Okay, it will be a basic unit and it is repeated again and again. The monomer, you can say that it is a building block. You can say that it is the basic building block from which polymers are formed. Monomer is single repeating unit, and by combination of a number of monomers, polymers will be formed. Now here, to form a particular monomer may get transferred to the polymer. Uh, to to transfer a monomer to the polymer, it should satisfy certain condition, and that basic condition is, you can go through the third point here. The monomer should be bifunctional. Okay, it should be a bifunctional monomer, means it should have some double bonds. Okay, bifunctional means it should have some double bonds in that particular monomer. Okay, then and then only that particular monomer may get transformed to the polymer. This is the basic condition to for the occurrence of the polymerization process. Then we will move towards the next point, that is the types of the polymerization. Already in the previous session, I have discussed related to the addition and condensation polymerization. I will repeat that part, but for this session, I have collected some different, or you can say that the simple example. Now, this is the addition polymerization. Okay, this is the example of the addition polymerization. You can see here, this is for polythene. Okay, this is the formation of the polythene from the ethene monomer. Okay, ethene monomer. Now ethene monomer will be like this. Okay, in this first point, okay, I am highlighting it with this cursor. You can see clearly here. This is here is my cursor. You can zoom it on your screen. Okay, just like you are zooming your photographs, like that you can zoom this. It will be clearly visible. Okay, this is the ethene monomer. Ethene monomer. Now, this is the example of the addition polymerization, or you can say that the uh, chain polymerization, addition or chain. Simply here you can say that means one monomer will get attached to the another monomer, and here formation of byproduct does not occur. Formation of byproduct does not occur. And now uh, already I have told you this that this addition polymerization occurs in three different stages. Okay, three different stages will be there: initiation, then propagation, and the termination. Now I will explain these stages here. Okay, what is the meaning of initiation? In the other words, you can say that in the initiation process, just concentrate on this step here. This is your initial monomers. Okay, this is the ethene monomer. I have shown here two, three molecules. These are separate monomers. These are the ethene monomers. Now, what exactly happens in the initiation process? In the initiation process, here you can see here in the ethene, in between these two carbon atom, double bond is present. Okay, here you can zoom it. Please zoom it and try to see it clearly. Okay, or I will try to zoom here. Wait. Okay, now I think I have zoomed it. Okay, here these are the ethene ethene monomers. These three are ethene monomers. Now here you can see clearly here in between these carbon atoms, two carbon atoms double bond is here, and two hydrogen atoms are there attached for each carbon atom. As you all know that carbon's valency is 4. That's why that carbon can form 4 bonds. Means two bonds will be here in between these two carbon atoms, two bonds. And for two hydrogen atoms, one bond will be formed by this carbon. As valency of the carbon is 4, that carbon will form 4 bonds, and in between these two carbon atoms double bond is there. Okay, now out of these two bonds, the bond which is present at the bottom, okay, two bonds are there. This is the bottom and this is the top bond. This bottom bond is termed as sigma bond. Okay, this bottom bond is termed as sigma bond, and this top bond is termed as the pi bond. And what is the difference between the sigma bond and pi bond? The bond which is present at the bottom, this is the sigma bond, and it is stronger in nature. Okay, it is stronger in nature. And bond which is present at or indicated at the top, this is the pi bond, and this pi bond is very weak in nature. It will get break very easily. Why I am explaining this? In the initiation process, this pi bond is broken. Okay, here the you can see here after this initiation process here, this is the first stage. What exactly occurs in the initiation process means whichever in the ethene atom double bond is present, that double bond is break. You can see here in this ethene atom, now here only single bond is here, and one here that you can see here no atom is attached here. Okay, this is termed as the initiation. Okay, in other words, you can say that the breakage of the bond will occur, breakage of the weaker bond, that is the breakage of pi bond will occur, and that process will be termed as the initiation. And whichever valency is present, now here each carbon atom is having one valency. Okay, now each carbon atom is having one valency, means one bond is vacant here, or it can create one bond to be adjacent, means whichever monomer or atoms are available there. Now here bond formation can occur. Now in the next stage, the second stage is the propagation, or it is also termed as the branching stage, branch forming or branching, or simply propagation. What exactly happens in this propagation stage? This is the propagation stage. Okay, means now here as carbon atom is having one valence atom here, or a valency or vacancy, you can say that here, it will be filled by the adjacent carbon atom. Okay, means these monomers will get attached to each other. So this stage is termed as the propagation. Now lots of monomers will join to each other, this will be termed as the propagation stage. Okay, this is termed as the propagation stage. Okay, and then after this propagation, now at the third stage, what will happen in the third stage? When this propagation process will stop, now a stage will come. A stage will come. At that stage, this end valency, it will be satisfied by hydrogen atom here. This end valency will be satisfied by hydrogen atom, and this end valency will again satisfied by the hydrogen atom. Then at that time, this process will get stopped, and that process is termed as the termination. Okay, this that process will be termed as the termination process. Okay, it is very simple. I will repeat in short again. Three stages will be there in the addition polymerization. In the addition polymerization means for monomer is transformed to the polymers, and it follows following three stages. The first stage, this is the first stage, initiation. Initiation is nothing but breakage of the bond. Okay, two bonds are there in between these carbon atoms, pi bond and sigma bond. Pi bond is very weak, sigma bond is strong, it will remain as it is, and pi bond will get breaked. Okay, pi bond will get breaked, and now as this bond has been broken, carbon has one valence, means one valence will be there, means it can form a single bond. And as it is having, uh, means in the adjacent region another monomer will be there, then these monomers will get attached to each other. This process or this stage will be termed as propagation. In the initiation, bond will get breaked. In this propagation, monomers will get attached to the one another to form a chain. And in the third stage, at the end, hydrogen atom, carbon will form bond with the hydrogen atom here, and at this end also carbon will form bond with hydrogen atom, and this process will get terminated, that is the termination process. And at the end here you will get the your polymer. Okay, as here monomer used is ethene, here the polymer formed is the polythene. This is the polythene. Okay, in this way, this is the addition polymerization. Okay, I have collected this simple example in the previous session. Little bit, I have collected some complex example. Okay, now it is very easy to understand. Initiation, propagation, and the termination. In these three stages will be there in the addition polymerization. Okay, uh, if these points are clear, I will move towards next slide now. Okay, next slide I will take here. Now the next stage is the condensation stage, condensation polymerization. Okay, this is the example which already I have explained. From ethene monomer, number of ethene monomers, that's why here n is represented, and it will form the polythene. First this bond will get break, this double bond, and then they will combine with each other, and they will form a longer chain, and at the end it will get terminated by attaching, at the end hydrogen atom will get attached. This is the polythene, and n here, n will indicate the means polythenes, means many ethene monomers are attached, that's why n is written. This is the addition polymerization, and in addition polymerization no byproduct is formed. Okay, then the next polymerization type is condensation polymerization. Okay, please note down this example, these slides. Please note down this one example and one from this. Okay, here I have taken two examples, you can note down any one. For condensation, two examples I have collected, you can note down any one. In examination also you have to write the reaction. This reaction you have to write. How this monomer, ethene monomer is transformed into the polythene polymer. Okay, you can say that. And then the example of condensation polymerization. Please note down this. I will wait for 1 or 2 minutes here. Please note it down. Okay, now I will move towards the condensation polymerization. With the example, I will try to elaborate it. Okay, now I will zoom it again so that this reaction will be visible to you. Okay, I think it is clearly visible. This is the condensation polymerization. Now here in this condensation polymerization, what will happen here? Two different monomers. Okay, two different monomers. Sometimes two different monomers will join together. Okay, two different monomers will join together, and here one important fact is that it will form some byproduct. Okay, in this condition they have formed H2, means water molecule is formed. In some cases they will form HCl, H2O, HCl, or some kind of the salt will be formed, some kind of salt or any kind of other material. Means one byproduct is formed like water, and then hydrochloric acid, you can say that. Then different kinds of the salts will be formed. One byproduct will be formed in the condensation polymerization. That's why the name is given as condensation. One byproduct will be formed. That's why it is termed as condensation polymerization. Now what happens in this polymerization stage? You have to explain it with one example here. The I have taken two examples. One is for polyamide, means your nylon, and this is the polyester. Here, for example, you can say that terylene. Okay. Now here this polyamide, it will be formed from two monomers. One is diacid, and this is the diamine. Diacid or diamine. Now here what will happen here, whichever functional, you can say that whichever fun I think you are not aware of these terms, whichever group is there, that particular chemicals group is there, as alcohol is having OH group. Okay, as alcohol is having this OH group, that will get eliminated. Means whichever functional atom is there in that particular monomer, it will get eliminated to form a byproduct. For example, water. Here water is formed. Here functional element is OH. This OH will get eliminated from this diacid. This is the structure for the diacid. This OH is the functional group, and it is eliminated by this diamine, and it will form the water, and these two will form a chain. Okay, this carbon will get attached to this nitrogen, and they will form a single chain, or longer chain will be there. Okay, this process is termed as condensation polymerization. Two different monomers are attached here, and one byproduct is formed by elimination of the functional atom present in that particular monomer. Okay, that's, and it is giving some byproduct. That's why it is termed as the condensation polymerization. For example, nylon. Then one more example here I have written, or I have collected this from internet only. This is the diacid. Okay, this one. This is the diacid, and this is the diol. Here also functional atom is OH. This is the functional atom. This is from the diacid. You can say that from some alcohol family will be there. This is the OH from that group only. Then this is the diol. Then OH will get eliminated from here. This is the functional atom or functional element. It will get eliminated and it forms the water molecules, and remaining portion will get combined. This carbon will get combined with this remaining oxygen and OH atoms. Okay, and this process will be repeated number of times and it forms a polymer. It forms a polymer. Okay, this is the example. These two are the examples of the condensation polymerization. Polyamide, and from this polyamide family, nylon is the one practical example, and from this polyester family, terylene is one example. Okay, so these are the examples for addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Okay, after this addition polymerization and condensation polymerization, we'll move towards the next type of the polymerization is the copolymerization. This is the copolymerization. Now, this copolymerization is a very simple process, or it is very simple to understand. Copolymerization means here you can see that polymerization process will occur twice. Okay, polymerization process will occur twice. Means whichever polymer is forming, suppose one polymer is formed and it consists of a particular monomer, then during the formation of that monomer, one polymerization occurs there only. Okay, that's why it is termed as copolymerization. Okay, I will repeat it again. Okay, during the formation, suppose one polymer is formed from its respective monomer, and during the formation of that monomer itself, it undergoes one polymerization there only. That's why it is termed as the copolymerization. For example, here you can say that nylon 66 here is a copolymer of hexamethyl diamine and adipic acid. Okay, before formation of these monomers, this hexamethyl diamine and adipic acid, before formation, means in the formation of this hexamethyl diamine and adipic acid, one polymerization has already occurred there, and after that another polymerization will take place to form the particular nylon 66 polymer. That's why it is termed as the copolymerization. Okay, in short you can say that two polymerizations are occurring here simultaneously. To form the particular monomer, one polymerization will occur, and after that, the formed polymer will again undergo a polymerization process to give a new polymer. This is termed as the copolymerization process. Now, this copolymerization process is classified in three different types: alternating type, random type, and block type. Okay, alternating copolymerization, a random copolymerization, then block copolymerization. In the alternating copolymerization, here A and B, just you have to remember the diagram. From the diagram itself, you can write the explanation. In the alternating copolymerization, suppose these A and B are two monomers. A and B are two monomers, and they will combine, or in that particular polymers combination they will be present uh, alternatively. Okay, their arrangement will be in the alternative way. That's why it is termed as alternating copolymerization. Now in random polymerization, from the word itself, in that particular arrangement of that polymerization, no particular sequence will be followed. Here one particular sequence is there, one A, one B, one A, one B, like this. This is the alternating copolymerization. Here no particular sequence is there. means randomly A, randomly B will come like this. This is the random copolymerization. Now block copolymerization is here that particular monomers will form their respective blocks. Means A element will form its block, then B element will form its block, then again A element will form its block, and that blocks will get joined by this copolymerization. This is the A block, this is the B block, again it will get joined to the A block, then further this A block will get joined to the B block. Number of monomers is not fixed. There may be 3 A monomers or 3 B monomers or 5 or 6 like this. Means one block will be formed by A monomers, one block will be formed by B monomers, and they will get attached to the each other. So this is the you can say that block copolymerization. Now I will wait for a few minutes here. Those who have joined late, please mention your roll number in the chat box for your attendance purpose. And if you are having any difficulty, please ask me. As this is a little bit related to the chemistry, it may be a little bit difficult to understand. But I have taken 2 lectures for this polymerization only. So if you are having any difficulty, please let me know. Just try to go through these examples again. Okay, if you are not having any difficulty, so I will discuss last few types, and then I will end this session. Now, after understanding the concept of copolymerization, and here I have explained these 3 types, okay? Alternating, random, and block. Now, one more polymerization type is there, that is homopolymerization. Okay, homopolymerization means it consists of formation continuous chain of a same monomer, continuous chain of same monomer. For example, you can say that suppose A is the monomer, then there will be chain of only A like this. From start to end, only A molecules will be there, or A monomer will be there. Okay, when a continuous chain or a particular polymer is formed, or it consists of a single monomers chain, then it will be termed as, that process will be termed as homopolymerization, and that particular polymer will be termed as homopolymer. Okay, this is one more polymerization. It is the homopolymerization. If same monomer is present there in the formation of the chain, if suppose you have taken here A monomer, then only A monomer will be there. from start to end, only a monomer will be there. Okay, that is the homopolymerization. Okay, if you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, one last term will be there, or a last polymerization type will be there. That is the Kraft polymerization. Okay, that Kraft polymerization is one subtype. It is only one subtype of this copolymerization only. Okay, this copolymerization only. There will be four types. I have collected the slide having this. Means you can say that three names only: alternating, then random, then block copolymerization, and one more copolymerization type is there, that is the Kraft co okay, Graft copolymerization. Okay, Graft copolymerization. Now, in the Graft copolymerization, what will happen? As here, it will be very similar to the block copolymerization, but in the block copolymerization, the attachment of the block is in the linear way, is in the linear way, and in the graft copolymerization, what will happen here? The attachment may have some branches. Okay, this AAA will get attached horizontally, and then this vertical one bond will be there. Okay, in this way, one branch will be like this, one branch will be like this. Here also one branch will be like this, one branch will be like this, or on this side. Okay, in the graft copolymerization, what will happen? That formation of that particular attachment of the chain, it may be having branches. In the block copolymerization, whichever chain is formed with the help of these blocks, okay, blocks will be there. Here, A blocks, B blocks, like this. Number of B monomers will be found. When number of B monomers will be attached to each other, it will form the B block. When number of A monomers will be attached, it will form A block. And when A block and B blocks are forming linear chain, it will be termed as block copolymerization. And when the A blocks and B blocks will form the chains having branches also, it will be having branches like this here, and again horizontally, vertically, branches will be there. That will be termed as the graft polymerization. Okay, in this way, we have completed the this concept of the polymerization. I will try to summarize this within 1 minute, and after that I will end this session. Okay, in this session, we have started with, we have learned the polymerization concept. And to understand that polymerization concept, we have tried to understand the concept of monomer, then polymer, and what are the basic requirements for a particular monomer to get transformed into the polymer, or for the occurrence of the polymerization. And after this, we have discussed the types of the polymerization. In that, we have discussed addition polymerization. Then we have discussed condensation polymerization. For that, we have discussed the stages in the addition polymerization, like initiation, propagation, and termination. Then we have explained it with one example. This polythene is example of addition polymerization. Polyamide and polyester, these are example of condensation polymerization. And then after this, we have discussed the concept of copolymerization. And this copolymerization has four types: alternating copolymerization, random copolymerization, block copolymerization, and graft copolymerization. Okay, graft copolymerization's diagram I have not shown here. It will be very similar to block copolymerization, attachment of the blocks, but here attachment is in the linear way, and in graft copolymerization, attachment will be in branched way, means it has some branches also. Okay, four types will be there for this copolymerization. And one extra means I have given one information related to the homopolymerization. When the particular polymer is formed from a single monomer, okay, single monomer is there, means only A will be there from start to end. or only B will be there from start to end, it will be termed as the homopolymerization. Okay. In this way, we have completed this process polymerization, its classification. Uh, you can say that its types or classification, then its subtypes, along with few examples. Okay, that addition and condensation and copolymerization, these are very important processes. One compulsory question will be there. You have to write the examples with these reactions. Okay, for copolymerization, you have to write these examples. Okay, this chemical formula you have to write, structure you have to write here. Also, you have to write this structure or this process. Okay, one example you have to remember here. In this way, this polymerization process is completed. In the next session, we will discuss the testing methods which are conducted on the plastic material to check their properties, and we will discuss some applications of the plastic material. Okay, uh, so I will conclude this session here only. I will stop here. Thank you for attending this session. Thank you very much.